Jimmy Butler wants a
Wash.
trade. I have not been on my phone yet, but Jackson texted me that this occurred. Is this true?
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
This is true. Jimmy Butler and his agent have officially said that they are open to a trade and they prefer, a title contending team.
What happened to him and Hero? I thought they was buddies, man.
He just aren't that
They were
good. And so
I
the
guys.
thought he
immediate,
was Heat culture. They just suck
You
too
know what I
bad, but he's
mean?
the guy. So if they suck too
yeah,
bad, is that not like he doesn't have some
Uh,
responsibility for that?
he does. But
he's just not a.
the immediate teams that people are sort of connecting him to are the Golden State Warriors, who have been long interested in Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
The some people are talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. Not sure what the Los Angeles Lakers have to give, but
Other than
it's
LA.
interesting, and I think people are also just generally thinking Western Conference teams, assuming that Pat Riley won't want to trade Jimmy to an
Why?
Eastern
Just because
Conference
the
team.
entire fucking conference is over 500?
Pretty much, yeah, and that Pat Riley's a pretty prideful guy and won't want to trade Jimmy Butler to an Eastern Conference team.
I, I can see. I mean, I can see Pat not wanting to trade him to. I can see him trading him to the fucking Pelicans or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really see Pat being like, "Oh, you want to burn my franchise down? Like, let me make sure you get to your preferred destination, champ."
Yeah,
I don't really see
I
that.
probably see a fuck you too trade. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah,
fuck
you
me,
want to
it's
go to
fuck both
Utah or
of
New
us.
Orleans? You know.
You-
What do you? So this is here's something I was thinking about when Jackson texted me this. The two players that I have the least idea what their legacy will be or what we'll think about them 10 or 15 years from now is Jimmy Butler and Kawhi Leonard. Like two players who will be able to say if you were there and you were really paying attention, you saw how good they were. But I don't know how Jimmy Butler is going to be like remembered by basketball. You know what I mean? What do you think, Tyler? First of all, what do you think about him asking for a trade and where do is he a demand to trade to a title contender guy at this point, bro? Like I don't know, I'm just sort of confused by the timing and the request, I guess. I just don't really get it.
I mean, the teams he had on his list were Dallas, Golden State, and Houston, I believe. He's a Texas
Dallas
guy
would
from
be
yeah,
So he
Dallas
wants
would
to
be a
go to a
great
top
fit.
five team,
Dallas would
all
be
three in the top
great.
five in the West.
Yeah. Houston, I think probably Miami will play hardball there and really want them to give up. I mean, they probably ask for St. June on the table off top. I don't see that happening, but I don't know. I mean, God, I don't want him to go to Golden State. Um, I think that he would fit perfectly there, which is why I don't want him to go there. But yeah, I don't know. I think his time in with the Heat has probably reached its end. I think all parties are probably a little sick with each other there. Like we saw, it got to the point where we were seeing public blowouts last season. With him and Spo and all that shit. So I don't know, bro. I don't know if Pat Riley would really just like send this dude to purgatory or some shit though. But
I
I
would hope
think that
not.
yeah, I think he would probably I see Jimmy Butler getting with his wish grant and going to one of the teams of his destiny. On his destination list.
He gave that franchise everything he could. You know what I'm saying? Like he fought hard as fuck for that. Up to the finals twice. You know what I mean? As the head guy, I don't even think. I think Jimmy Butler. I don't know if he's a guy on a championship team. You know, what I mean, I don't think he's the number one. I don't think it's
Do you think
for
this
him
comes
to.
from an acceptance of that then? Just like
You
let me
see,
go and
I
be
think I definitely think he's accepting that, especially with the teams like what he want to go to. Is it the Warriors?
Warriors, Mavericks,
Warriors,
Uh,
Mavs,
Rockets.
and
Mavericks,
Rockets.
Rockets, but Warriors and Mavericks for sure. Like
Right.
he's not the man. You know what I mean? He knows that. So like I think he understands that, and he wants to win a chip. He's been there twice. He didn't have the firepower. He did the best he could just getting there. You feel me? So I understand how he feels. So I mean, like, yes, things have been more, heated at, than no pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Then that's nasty. Then then they would have liked, but I don't think it's because I think it's justified at this point.
Yeah.
They've done everything they could together. It's time to move on.
He's also 35 years old, and Pat Riley apparently does not want to pay him anymore. Understandably so. He's 35
But
years
that's
old.
why I just felt like he was at a point where it was a like he's a Heat for life. Like I just felt like he was. I don't know. That's why it surprises me. Like it feels like it's a little late in the game to me to try and like be muscling shit around, especially with the way
Oh
the new
yeah, I
CBA
think the
is.
chat is saying, and I think a lot of people are saying that this felt like a move they should have. This felt like this should have happened last year.
Yeah, at the latest. Yeah.
Well, the year before that they made the finals, but last year it felt like
I'm just saying if he was going to decide that his
Right.
place in the NBA was going to an existing title contender, that feels like a realization he should have had last year at the latest, I guess is what I mean.
It's kind of like they went to the finals right the year before that, right?
yeah,
Right.
2 years ago.
And then last year, like the man in the middle of the season after you just went to the finals,
Yeah.
it's kind of odd. I mean, I don't think he made a mistake in deciding when. I think the decision. I think like it's just bad timing.
Just timing.
Yeah, it's just a timing. It just be like that sometimes. You know what I mean? Like it would be really weird for him to do that, after going to the finals. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Okay, my one question before we move on is if Jimmy Butler goes for the Warriors or the Mavericks, not that we know exactly what would be going back in return of that trade, but what does that do does that make the Warriors like an actual contender? I feel like a lot of people, everyone sort of agrees they're like not really right now. And the Mavericks made the finals last year. Does that make them like the favorites in the West? And probably not with the Thunder, but like without knowing the compensation, how does that move the needle, do you guys think?
It obviously makes both teams better, but I don't think it makes them, locks to go to the finals. The West is tough, man. I do think that if he does go to the Warriors, they're gonna have to give up Kuminga, and I think the Warriors would be fine with that. I think they've given up on that whole two path shit of trying to win now and prepare for the future after the whole Jordan Poole incident blew up in their face. I think
that shit does not work, dog.
Yeah,
that shit only works when you're scripting the TV show. That does not work in a
that dude track
team.
shit does not work now. You got a guy, Steph, who is an all-time great and still has some gas in the tank. Get that man some help ASAP. So I do think Butler, Draymond, and Steph. I think that's tough. I don't think it's good enough to win the West though.
Yeah,
Wiggins has been playing good though. He's been solid.
Wiggins has been
playing
really
solid too.
Yeah,
He's been
really
solid too. I mean, they might give him up in the trade if but I don't know. He's been playing solid. Pretty good. I think he's I like, maybe because I'm biased, but I think Dallas would be scarier to me.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
It's the most wonderful time of the year for getting in on all the hoops, football and hockey action at DraftKings Sportsbook. In the season of giving, we're being gifted college football and basketball, pro football and basketball, and pro hockey too, almost 24/7.
So many games every day, so many opportunities to place your first bet. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and place your bet. And here's a gift for all new customers. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Jenkins. That's code Jenkins for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours.